Welcome back, guys, to my YouTube channel. Gonna be diving into how to make this beautiful fascinator. And yes, we'll be needing a crinoline length of 7 inches. Okay, and the width is as long as the width is about 25 inches. That is 7 inches by 25. The next thing now is to cut out the fabric for the crinoline, and for the fabric we'll be cutting out 14 inches by 25 inches, and we'll be folding across the 14 inches, be folding it into two, and we'll stitch down. You stitch down, just watch carefully and you'll see. Then after stitching down, we'll turn it to the right side. I'm sure this is not a new thing to us, but if you're a beginner, just know that you face it right side facing each other, and then you stitch down, then you turn it to the right side. And then when fixing the crinoline, you make sure that the stitched end is at the middle. The part where you stitched that, it's at the middle. Then you fold again into two, and then you take it back to your sewing machine. This will make it easier for you. And then you stitch down again. This is to help hold it down as you do your running stitches, so that it doesn't pull off, so that it doesn't disturb you. Then we cut off the excesses, and then yes, we'll run our stitches round it. We'll run stitch round it. We use the running stitches from this end to the other end. Just watch carefully. From one end, starting there, then you run it across to the other end. After you must have run your stitches, that is when you pull to give you that nice circle or curved shape. And there, after running your stitches around it, you pull carefully, you pull as it curves until it gives you what you want. It gives you the shape that you would desire. Then you can stop. And then if you notice, I've not cut the thread. The thread is still intact, and that is in order to help me secure the ends if I think it's okay with the shape I have. If I'm okay with the shape I have, then I can stitch it close and then do whatever I want with the remaining thread. And yes, this is the shape I want, so now go ahead to stitch them down. Stitch the both ends down to secure them at that very point. After I'm done securing it, then what I'm doing right now is trying to get where I want it to be on my fascinator. This is me trying to get it right. I want it. If it's okay with me, then I can stitch down. So right now I'm just trying to get what looks nice to me. So if yours is looking good to you, you can go ahead to stitch down. So me, I'm just trying to place it rightly so that I get something good. So now I think it's okay with me here, so I'll go ahead and stitch down, and this is it. So you stitch down if you get it well placed. I don't know if I'm being understood, but just watch carefully and you will understand what I'm doing. After you must have formed the shape you want with the crinoline. Then you place it on your fascinator while it's on your mannequin head, so that you get the point where you want the design to be. Then you tack down. You can see it's looking very lovely on my mannequin head. So now we go over to the next thing, which is this. I don't really know what it's called, but it's a tube. So it's about 66 in length. Length is about 66. What I call it is a crinoline tube. I don't know what others call it. Call it a crinoline tube. What I'm doing right now is to form loops, just to make it look better. Forming loops, and then I'm stitching down. Form loops, just fold it. How you form loops is just to fold it. Keep folding it, and that's it. The 66, after I was done forming my loops, I found out that it was quite small, but that was what I had, so I had to make do with what I had. So now, if you're done making your loops, you stitch down. As you form your loops, you stitch down to secure them. So you can make yours as full as you want it, or as few as you want it. Me, I wanted it fuller, but I had a little crinoline tube. Like it wasn't enough, and I wanted to form two loops, two separate loops. So it wasn't enough for me, but I had to make do with what I had. So I had to just cut it off so as to make the remaining the the other loop. Yeah. So I wanted mine fuller so that it would be more beautiful if it's fuller. But since this was what I had to make do with what I had. So you see me here securing the ends of my tube, of my loops. And voila, I'm done. After I was done with those first loops, I had about 17 inches left. Oh, yeah, I had about 17 inches left. Initially I had 66, I had about 66 in length, but then after I formed the first loops, I had about, 27 inches left after I was done with the first loop. So the second loop was formed with just 27 inches. So the second loop, it was actually smaller than the first one, but it's a design. So you design with what you have. If you notice, I've not cut off the thread, and that is because I need to tack the both of them down to the design on the fascinator. So here guys, I'm tacking down. Yeah, I'm tacking down the loops to the design on the fascinator. I didn't want to use comb right there because it may look rough at that point. Nobody could secure it better, but I wanted, since I had my thread on, I just tack them down. Yes, guys, we are almost at the end of it, and if you've watched to this point, I would love to ask you to please, friend, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video. And yes, so go ahead to embellish it with those feathers, and then we are done. We're done with the feathers and any other embellishments you need. So from my side, it's a bye. Please do well to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you all.